So it was in the days of the Rebbe Marash, Rebbe Shmuel, the fourth Rebbe of Chabad. Something like around, what, 150 years ago, a little bit more. about, about 150 years ago. So a man and his wife came into the Rebbe with their son. The boy was crippled. He was very weak, very. They came in with the boy and they said to the Rebbe that they wanted the Rebbe, they heard that the Rebbe gives blessings, and they want the Rebbe to give a blessing that he should be healthy. And the Rebbe said, to be healthy, he should get married. So they said, Rebbe, he can't walk. He's very, very weak. He's on a special diet. He almost can't eat anything. And he has to have treatments all the time. Who is going to marry a boy like that? So the Rebbe said, maybe even somebody in your house, in your household. I said, in our household, who is there? There's nobody who was in our household. We have a maid. His wife says, what about the girl that works, the maid? She works in our house. He says, she's not going to want to marry her. So the Rebbe says, maybe she will. He says, listen, we have this girl. She's an orphan. She's Jewish. And she works in our house. We have mercy on her, and she's okay. She does a good job, and she works in our house. But, she's not going to, who knows who's going to want to marry our son? Look, he's crippled. He can't walk. Look how weak he is. Look how. So the Rebbe said, you'd be surprised. He said, go to her and bring her some gifts and tell her that your son would like to marry her and you would be interested, and see what she says. Okay. So they brought her some nice gifts, a bracelet or something like that. And they said to her, listen, we're very interested in marrying off our son. And we were considering you. She said, what, considering me? Who am I to marry such a wonderful person like your son? To be in such a wonderful family like you? Who am I? I'm a simple girl. I'm just so grateful you even let me just stay here and sleep. I said, no, we're really serious. She said, of course. What's the question? So they met a couple of times and they arranged the wedding. And they invited people to come to the wedding. And so they were making food. They made the wedding in their house. They had a nice big house. They made the wedding in the house and they invited people and they're cooking the food and everything like that. And they're arranging everything. And they're dressing the boy up. And so he says, oh, that meat, what does that meat smell so good? I would really like some of that meat. And they said, no, you can't eat meat. You're on a very strict diet. You can't eat meat. It's too thick for you. It's too heavy. It's too, oh, I really want that meat. So he was going on and going on. So finally, his mother brought it to him or whatever it was. Anyway, they gave him a little taste of the meat. Before the wedding, what bad could it do? He ate the meat, drank a little bit of the soup, whatever, ate the meat. As soon as he did, he felt terrible. He felt awful. He said, I feel weak. I don't want to. Oh, his mother started crying. What have we done? What did they do? And he went to the bed. His friends went with him. They watched to put him in bed. He lay down for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Oh, he woke up and he said, wow, my legs feel weird. Woo, my legs, feel all weird. And before that, he didn't feel his legs at all. They said, yeah, really, your legs feel weird. He says, oh, what's going on? He says, listen, get me out of the bed. Put me in my wheelchair. So they lifted him up. When they lifted him up, they saw that he was sort of moving his legs a little bit. And when they took him out to the wheelchair, he sort of stood up before they put him into the wheelchair. Usually they had to put him with a sack of potatoes. So they didn't realize what was going on. And he said, let me try to stand up. So they stood up, and it ended up that they took him to the chuppah, to the marriage canopy to marry him. That they took him together. They held on to him and he walked. And when after the marriage ceremony, that even a few of the steps he took on his own. And somehow or other he got better. So in other words, the Rebbe Marash saw that the way to make him healthy and to give him his legs back was by means of making this wedding, and that he would eat the meat. And that, now how could he possibly know anything like that? But that's what a Rebbe does. And so somehow or other it made it that by means of this whole process, it was exactly what he needed to make him a vessel for the blessing and to give him the blessing of the Rebbe. And of course, the blessing is from God. Have a good day with Mashiach now. So it should be also with us. that by means of doing exactly what the Rebbe says, is that we will all go together with Mashiach to the Holy Land. Have a good day with Mashiach. Now, see you all tomorrow, Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning.